What happened here? It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here. Indeed.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me. Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I'm no one, if you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences.
The streets will flow red once more, a great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. Had a battery of tests just last week. I'm practically a patchwork of interesting critters. Kinda like
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. Red-dyed heavy fuel oil is only used in government vehicles, or at least that's the idea.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock. You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That Ozon her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershot. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely ever...
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon. I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative...
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to...
She means the opposite.
Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got...
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbour. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. Fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the wind blows through your hair. The sea breeze cuts around you, high on the balcony as you stare over the edge of the sea. Those arches acted as support for something greater than what you've seen. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has found. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad, would they massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20 co-aligned archers. They will reach the city in 58 seconds.
The coalition. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on.
The waves of the Martinez Inlet roll over the fallen What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't, from the eyes of a seagull, a nest of brown hair, not worth the 50-foot dive. From a pedestrian on the dock, a rugged man staring out to sea, mere feet from fatality. From a guest on the balcony of the Whirling in Rags, a silhouette imposing enough to be seen.
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman. Oh, that one is a scientist. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked, that's what I said, astrology.
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say, let it go.
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others. No one lives there. It's been empty. Impossible. I would know if someone had... Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hall. People come and go.
They probably just moved. Or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls.
She mumbles some kind of a response. Then you hear someone walking around inside.
Excuse me? Of course not.
You have plenty of reason to enter.
Oh, come on.
Well, that was easy.
That was smart.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys.
Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20, at least.
Do you want to see my ID as well?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then...
The sum must have been puny.
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have both apartments are now unrentable. Both. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner.
A sudden serious look crosses her face. This story.
But that was months ago. Anyway, of course.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ribs? Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, they're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper into free market ideology.
Hello again, officers. Ooh. Not only have you...
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Does anyone in a city like this? Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do.
This door is made of metal and appears number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're...
Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Remember, tomorrow.
Trying to sneak up on me! Trying to sneak up on me!
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, Officer Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia, the police. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic. It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group.
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Why, yes, tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say, everything is possible. Within reason. Now look at you. You misery-clad, you're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You think your little communism protects you from this feeling. No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The
information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should... And this is my colleague from Precinct 41.
He looks at you expectantly.
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't...
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid
She's a professional negotiator.
Of course. But before we do, officer, the situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better. Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secret. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice...
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union...
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike.
Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organ. Let's say I was not making the...
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens, no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Oh, heavens, no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one... It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see. With a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and...
A mob. The Debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs... Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However, Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can... Of course not.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably... Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. Of course. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman...
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what the point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? Of course, Detective.
Hey. Psst. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love? So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff. Funky style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it? Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. Inexplicable feminist agenda. There is something you need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in your hypothalamus. It is a cylindrical object, piss-weathered and smelling of liquor. The paint is peeling off, but you can clearly make out the letters Revolutionary Feminist Agenda on the hull. It appears that some time ago, before you became a joke, you were an actual...
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters.
What the hell is your problem?
The shot was at least 23 meters.
What the hell is your... I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull. No, no you don't. Our
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You are as a goddamn bull. Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs.
Yes. Why did you come here? You never know.
Unfortunately, I don't. In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. I am merely stating that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain more challenging tasks than we remaining headstrong, making tough decisions on the spot, or even I don't want to get into this argument with a police officer. Let's just say that in the last 82 years, I have repeatedly seen my beliefs confirmed in full. Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement, but this affair has passed me by completely. In Martinez, the union is the law. Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the...
'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing. 'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Yes, the military coordinated and Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during this year is Blood Ground, where coalition...
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like it.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before the rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table.
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Preposterous! Surely you don't mean it. I'm just sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those commie hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking my piss in the mountains. I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned to Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. For this is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last...
The worn and beaten wooden planks.
We can sit on benches after.
There are clothes and...
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Very cool. The economy thanks you, officer.
You find your hands deep in... The box smells like cat piss, or like an old person with no money.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand, buy second-hand.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek, a windbreaker. Surf, it says.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir. Gotta prepare for springtime, right?
There's a pile of cheap
You like sunglasses, officer?
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium. That's what you're Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you... Yes, and it's critical. Look at you need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane. As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indents, even by the standards of the Philippian king. Well, his own maladministration. For stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chest. He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. But wait, you haven't even heard about his Philip III's ludicrous bronze likeness. The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into...
Fuck, does Kuno care? Fuck, does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for...
No! You told him about it and now he...
This city is not fucking lame. And fuck you two, putting Kuno on the spot like that. Kuno doesn't need to fucking explain it.
Explain himself? As if explaining some kind of work? Some kind of avant-garde work way ahead of its time. You must get to the bottom of this one of these days. Sadly.
Kuno doesn't...
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular. A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cup. Between the throne and the Hyundala man lies a bonfire.
The entire series is also endearingly racist, if I may add.
Oh, sirs, I know. This really isn't representative of our...
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyundala novels.
It is a bestseller for a reason.